very quickly talk about Japan's upcoming match against Jordan. This won't be a very long video, just because there's really not a whole lot to talk about. Japan is the exact same squad as the last time, and I'll put that in the description below if you don't know. Still at full strength, the only exception being Tadanari Lee, who's out injured. And Japan will likely play the exact same formation which they played against Oman, just because it worked so well. That was practically the starting 11 anyway, with the exception possibly of Uroichi Maeda, but he had an excellent game, so there's really no reason to start Havana. And if anything, Maeda might be able to really cement his place ahead of Havana in the pecking order if he has another good game tonight. With opponents Jordan, I think is one of the bogey teams for Japan in Asia. I don't have a whole lot of evidence for this. I just know their last two games were draws, and I saw both of them. The second one at the Asian Cup I saw live, and both times Jordan made Japan look very ordinary. The other time was the 2004 Asian Cup. So look, I don't think Japan has really beaten. Actually, yeah, I'm looking on the internet now. Japan has never beaten Jordan. Every time on neutral territory. And they do have an outstanding goalkeeper. I think Amr Shafi. And yeah, Japan is obviously the favourite for this game. Make no doubt about it. It will be at Saitama Stadium once again. If you don't know the date, it will be tomorrow, which is Friday the 8th of June. It will probably be around 8:30 Eastern Australian time, so I don't know the Japanese time. I think that's about 6:30 Japan time or something. For Jordan, I don't think there's any significant player changes in from their last encounter. They played Iraq on the same night Japan beat Jordan. They played Iraq at home and they snatched a 1-1 draw in a match that Iraq probably should have won. I didn't see very long highlights of it, just some brief highlights. And they didn't seem all that threatening at home. They seemed quite lucky to get a draw against Iraq, who really let go of 2 points there. They really should have won that. But yeah, the other game of the group to be keeping an eye on will be Australia versus Oman. In Oman, I think Oman are a very different team at home compared to away. Actually, speaking of which, in the last round of World Cup qualifiers for Oman, they lost to Australia in Melbourne or something 3-0, very convincingly. But in the return leg in Muscat, they won 1-0. Oman won 1-0. So I think that'll be a very interesting game. Australia have just come from Copenhagen on the back of a 2-0 loss to Denmark in very cold conditions, and now they're just going straight into the middle of Muscat at this time of year, playing at 5 p.m. And that's forecast to be about reaching almost 40 degrees. So, I think, frankly, they shouldn't be allowed to play in that kind of temperature, because I know a lot of leagues around the world will have drinks breaks and so on if it gets above 30 degrees. So, but Oman are going to use that as best they can, and fair enough. So, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Oman get some points on the board, whether that's a draw or win, I don't know. But that'll be a game I'll be interested to see. For Australia's perspective, because they're the next opponents, and a game I'm much more interested in, really, I think, than the Jordan game. But Jordan's first. It's very important they get 3 points. They must not underestimate them. I don't think they will. Then the last time in the qualifiers, last round of the qualifiers, Japan played Tajikistan in their second game, and they were heavy favourites. And they didn't underestimate them at all. Coming out winning 8-0. There's no other squad changes for Japan. The starting lineup will probably be this: 4-2-3-1 formation. Kawashima in goal, Yoshida, Konno at centre back, left back Yuto Nagatomo, right back. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Right back. I'm going to say Arturo Uchida again, but Zach might be tempted to replace Uchida for this game. You know, that's one position that may change. The rest will be the same. Endo and Hasebe at defensive midfield. Kagawa on the left. Honda attacking midfield with a free roll. Okazaki on the right, and he'll be cutting in and he'll be in and around the box. He's practically a striker. And Maeda should be up top again because he was so good last time. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to talk about on this game. Japan expected to win, like I've said, but they never have beaten Jordan before in the last 3 times, so who knows. There'll be a lot more to talk about after the game, so I'll see you as soon as the game finishes.